I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm emotionally empty, and the only people that I seem to vibe with that connect with my emotions are women. Mm-hmm. Babe, can I have a girlfriend?
I said, hell no. We have a girlfriend.
What did I say earlier in the
You
show?
got a girlfriend. We have
What
a
did I
girlfriend.
say, yo?
I knew you was gonna run with, but that's not all girls.
I know. 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their bank account. And it's not because they're financially illiterate or that they don't want to learn. It's because no one has given them room to learn. But that's about to change, and I'm going to tell you why. I created a platform called Better Finance Academy, a financial literacy program designed to put you in front of your finances, present and future. We're going to show you how to protect your entire financial house, whether it's understanding your money personality or showing you how we created 5 different income streams within 1 year. Better Finance Academy isn't just talk. It's where talk actually meets action. Whether you've been in business for years or you're a millennial looking to create a better financial foundation for yourself, Better Finance Academy is for you. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to join the waitlist at betterfinancewaitlist.com so you can be the first one to know when the program actually goes live. That's betterfinancewaitlist.com, where coaching finally meets your financial goal. Now, let's get back to the episode.
All right, so we are here. We are out here in Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
This what they be doing. Can I do that if I'm not from
Is that what this is?
You can do it.
Okay, cool. So we are here in Texas, Houston, Texas, with our brother, our sister, and y'all know what time it is. We gonna get to it. So,
We talking about everything.
we talk about everything.
Uh-oh.
And everything is okay.
Okay, everything is awesome. All right,
It is
so-
my past, not my present.
and your present is lit though. All right, let's get into it. So how do we meet the Woods? Oh, I'm sorry, I just said my brother and sister. This is Quiana and this is De'el Woods.
Welcome to the So Let's Talk About It pod.
Yeah. So how do we meet them? You know, I think how long we been friends now?
I'm trying to remember how we met them. Because I remember seeing De'el on stage with the Bird Box, speech. And then,
So
did we meet in London?
No.
Or
It was definitely-
no, we
London.
didn't meet in London.
It was in Atlanta.
It was in
We met in
Atlanta.
It was
London?
when
For
that's-
the
It was an event in Atlanta.
so we went to Fleming's that night. We went to the steak spot,
Yeah.
and then we just talked as if we all knew each other. Like, hey, DL hit you with the hey family.
Who we go to
I now
Fleming's
know
with?
what that means.
It was like a
It was a
leadership
celebratory leadership
thing.
meeting.
So we met in business. Let's just.
Yeah.
I don't
We
remember
met
this.
in business. We were all a part of the same company in the
I thought you
multi-level
about to say
marketing
cult.
industry.
Stop it.
Uh-oh.
Stop
Jesus,
it.
Not a cult. No. So we met in business. And I think we just kind of hit it off eventually. I think one because we were couples.
Eventually,
She didn't like me though.
I did like you.
She didn't like people.
I didn't want exactly. I didn't want
So-
no friends. I was just really close. Okay.
It is
Bet.
close. Okay.
And you do well.
All
so
right. This is at the dark pod.
Yo,
Okay,
what
so-
street did we just turn on?
I mean,
real quick.
Woods Lane.
Let's go.
Got it.
So we met in business, and
Yes.
she didn't really like.
I loved you. I
people.
just didn't want no friends.
So. Okay.
Each friend needed their own golden ticket.
All right.
Yep.
Yep.
I think. Can you talk about your whole friend thing?
So in the industry of marketing, I realized that people aren't really friends. They're not genuine.
Okay.
Like as long as we're in the same business, we're friends. But the moment I'm not in your business, I'm your competition. So I just wasn't interested in no friendships.
So basically, she basically be trying to say that I forced myself on her.
She pulled my
What
number.
type of
I asked her. So this is the crazy thing. You know what's
she
funny?
pulled you?
Huh? She did pull me.
She pulled my number.
Got it.
So the thing that's interesting though is because I mentioned on one of our episodes when we talked about mom and how you kind of got me out of my shell in regards to talking about my true desires to become a mother, right? Which is funny is because our first conversation was me asking you, how do you build a business when you got 2 kids at home? You remember that? That's actually how we started talking.
You did. That was your question, and I don't even remember what my answer was.
Well, let's talk about it.
Oh, great.
That's
Now?
Let's talk about
That's
it.
our little. That's how we start the whole episode. But no. So all right. Before we get into all that, I just want to kind of y'all to share a little bit about who y'all are. What is it that you do?
How'd y'all meet?
How'd y'all meet? You know.
That's easy. We went to high school together. We did not date.
She was my play sister.
Huh? So now,
Wait.
okay,
What?
so that means,
boy.
So that for anybody who's watching this, that means when niggas be saying that's
Yeah,
his
that's my
sister, that's
sis.
his cousin.
Nah, for real. I was, so there's two types of guys.
Okay.
It's play sister, and that means that I'm friend zoning, but you know what I'm saying, you real cool. I got a girl. I was that guy. And then it's play sister, I'm really hitting that on the side of my girl.
No, that's a fact.
That, and so I was the guy that was like, you know what, I'm in a committed relationship. That's my play sister. She used to braid my hair though.
However,
Come on,
How did it escalate?
he was definitely flirting.
Okay.
when you
When you
braiding
had his
hair?
fingers in his hair, huh?
Yeah, because I needed to
Definitely
get my hair
flirting.
done for free.
So,
Okay.
what in the use?
What?
Right.
That's the kind
I
of
was
dude
resourceful.
that talks sweet to the waitress so that y'all should.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, hey sugar, just give me 2 more.
That's exactly what was happening.
Why she gotta be a sugar
He,
for napkins?
he actually asked me to teach his girlfriend at the time how to braid his hair.
Yeah.
Because she was jealous.
No, because I felt like the free hairdos was kind of coming to an end. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just outsource and bring the real plug in to be taught. But she was so on some, I'm not teaching her this.
I braided so fast.
I'm cracking up.
It was the most unteachable lesson.
Okay,
ever.
so were you trying to shoot your shot at that time though?
I really liked him. However,
Man, she used to wear these little bitty booty shorts and like, yo, come sit right here so you can get your hair done. I was like, oh, if I wasn't having a girlfriend.
Oh my
Not if I
God.
wasn't having a
if I
girl.
wasn't having a
If I
girlfriend,
wasn't having a girlfriend, that's Houston.
I did
slang
like
for
him
y'all.
though.
Okay.
The problem, or wasn't a problem, what I liked about him was he wasn't attempting to get me like the other guys did.
So that turned you on.
Yeah, I was like, what's wrong with this nigga? Like, that's really what I thought.
You don't wrong with me because I'm not
You don't
approaching
see
you.
me?
Are you talking about like as he had a girlfriend? You was
Wow.
thinking this?
Yeah, like, what's
Okay.
wrong with you're here. Like,
That is hilarious.
you said ratchet. You want that
No, I
part?
feel
Oh
that.
no,
I
no,
feel
be
that.
real about it because
Because I want to know what y'all really thinking.
Facts.
well, I mean, I don't feel like that. See, but that's the
That's
thing.
not with everybody.
Plotting.
No, the problem is that
Y'all
do
be
you feel
plotting.
like women don't? It's like women can be overly sexualized, but the minute they start talking about sex or like what they desire, we're looked at as like, wow, like dudes don't do this all the time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Yeah,
Why
'cause
do
y'all
we
fraud.
get receipt? How do we?
We're not fraud.
Y'all want us to be
we
open
just
about
know
sex.
We're gonna be talked about crazy.
Correct.
No.
No, I can actually
Amongst the
say
friend group
that
you were
I'm a fan of lady in the streets but freak in the sheets. I'm a fan.
I'm a
of
fan of that too.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that too. But I'm saying like y'all act like y'all don't get horny. So
How-
of course
how-
men go
how-
feel like, oh, she actually does. Oh, we're gonna be
Huh?
surprised. Yeah.
Why are you? I don't understand.
Because y'all try to act like y'all like I don't need that.
I don't understand.
Y'all try to act like y'all don't need sex all the time. What are y'all talking about?
He
Like,
cleared
this
it
is
up
real.
3 times.
No.
This is real.
Are you nuts?
What are you
don't-
missing that I'm saying?
Women act like we don't need sex just because we don't. So what do y'all want? Are you expecting a woman to now walk in front of you when she came out of little booty shorts? She said, "I know you got a girlfriend, but bro,
I was just like, sit here. I'm about to braid your hair.
See, I want
Sit here,
but
put
we
your
want
elbows
you
up.
to say why you want him to sit there. Because
I'm
you
about to
plotting.
braid your
'Cause you
hair.
plotting. No, you plotting.
I'm about to braid your hair. Sit down. Sit
what we're talking
right there.
she basically." So Malcolm said he wanted you. He feels like you should have said it's warm inside.
I'm not disrespectful because I wouldn't want to put that out there. However, let me see what you about.
So let me try him on the low.
This
That is
And
not
he wasn't about
disrespectful.
it, so I was like,
So then she knew he,
He
was
was.
trustworthy.
He
I was
just
like,
didn't
he's so
try.
trustworthy.
I wasn't. I was really on some
De'el.
committed.
He didn't.
Stuff.
He was like,
I never.
This was your girlfriend at the time, right?
No,
I had a girlfriend.
So if she would have tried you,
I would have
then
been like, "Hey, that ain't my lane." She actually did try me, but it was on some. It was on a kiss on the like. So here's what happened, yo.
yeah,
check
you
this
got to
out.
tell the whole
So-
story.
So she kept giving me like mad free hairdos, right?
Yep.
So I was her birthday was coming up, and she was talking about it and amped up, and I'm like, dang, you know what? I can at least get her something for her birthday. So I ended up. This is back when iPods was like the stuff.
Yes.
So I got her what's called an iHome. All right.
Okay.
And I
The big
delivered
one.
it to her, the big one, the joint that's like massive. Gave it to her, and she was like, "This is the only birthday gift I got."
It was.
And I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, she was lit up. Like she has this big smile that looks like a little kid. It throws me off. And I was all of a sudden like, oh, snap. And she just leaned in for a kiss. I gave her this cheek, and she said, mm-mm. And then I was like, what you mean?
Yes, aggressive. That's what I'm
I
wanting.
said, what you mean? What
Yes,
you mean?
Kiana,
She
yes.
kissed me on the lips, and I was like, oh, snap.
Shoot your shot, sis.
That's what I'm talking. That's the
I
shot you
did,
take.
And then I
mean,
got in the car and left.
Obviously.
What was your feeling then, though? You was like, oh, snap.
I was like, I
finna
need
be a
to
two-timer.
get in a better situation, and that better situation is in my car, so I can get away from this girl.
So now let's
Yeah.
fast forward to how y'all didn't get together.
So, we go off to college, of course.
Okay.
I
Yep.
get a Facebook inbox.
Forget that. Before the Facebook inbox, she is a gangster. First of all, we go to club next.
Oh, that was. So
Club next.
I was gonna skip that. You just.
Okay, never mind. We'll
No,
skip
you're good.
it.
We here. We here. We
done
go
pulled up.
out. It's before we leave for college.
Okay.
Usually everybody hanging out
Yes.
for the summer before you go to college. We go to Club Nick's. Now I've heard this rumor that he's married.
I had got married like 5 weeks after graduation.
I heard this dude was married. I'm like,
Was it to the girl you
No, it was
no.
not
Wait,
to the
Matter of
girl.
fact,
no.
at
This is why
graduation,
this has to be a green card type thing.
it was
no,
No.
she was already
at
here.
graduation. He has his new wife at his party,
Girlfriend at the time.
girlfriend at the time. He has the ex-girlfriend there.
I don't have her there. She's present.
She's there,
Gotcha,
and we're
okay.
walking down the street, and she's like, "What's up with D?"
asking you?
And I'm
the
like,
hair
"Girl,
braided
I
girl.
don't even know."
And you plotting the whole time. This is what they do.
I don't even know.
I
I
don't
don't
even
even
know.
know. I thought when I kissed him, he was gonna leave you at the beginning.
That's what she was thinking. Oh, weak.
You know, whatever. I'm like,
So what does
okay.
she do at the club?
So we get to the club.
She gangster.
And
She
we're
says the most
I'm
gangsterest
standing on the
stuff in
chair.
the
He
world.
comes by me.
What up, sis? Type.
Yeah, he like, "What up, sis?" And
She
I'm
drunk.
like, "Sis, oh yeah, vodka, cranberry vodkas back then was it."
Jesus.
I'm up there, so I'm like, I'm about to say it. I said, "How you gonna get married before getting with me?" But I use different language.
yo,
She
you
was
savage.
drunk. She drunk,
Yes.
and she said the F-bomb
Yes.
in
I
my
was
ear,
like-
like real, and she's
like, who
smelling
does
good,
that?
and I'm like, lost for words. I'm like, yo, I'm married.
I'm like, "Who gets
Yo.
married?"
Damn, that was the most gangsterous invitation in the world.
But it's a turn on for men.
No,
It
that
is.
was erotica. in the
Exactly.
evening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we want to know what's real. And that was
Like,
real.
what
That
the
was
hell?
real.
Who does this?
I said, wow.
So
She's a savage.
then you inbox her in college.
He inboxed
Yeah,
me.
she came back.
I'm
from-
home. I'm debating if I want to go back because I really don't. But
Okay.
I'm home. He inboxed me and he's like, "Hey, I want you to ride with me. Get dressed. I'm gonna pick you up." It's very vague.
Okay.
And that's it.
Was
Once
his
you
wife
go-
coming?
She don't know nothing.
I don't know. I don't know what their situation is.
Okay.
I just know he said he's picking me up.
And this is
and
still
get
freshman
dressed.
year though.
This freshman year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
this like
how long was the
holiday.
marriage?
This like holiday break.
Yeah, this like Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Okay,
this
I'm
is-
gonna let you finish the story, but my real question is, how long was this marriage?
Oh, this is good.
Oh, right,
That's a
right.
great question.
Yeah.
They got married like right
It
after
was,
we
it was,
graduated.
it was, it
Right,
was-
but you
it
saying you home
lasted
for
only
Thanksgiving.
hours and hours and hours.
You said you was home for that. He got married 5 weeks after graduation. Now you home for Thanksgiving, and he.
Yeah.
He like, "Get dressed." He's like, "Get dressed. I'm gonna come pick you up." I go to Forever 21, buy me a new
I'm
outfit.
on forever.
Look. I'm like, "Oh, we're going somewhere." He picked me up. It's another girl in the car.
Oh.
I sit in the back. I'm like, "Where we going?" He takes me to a life insurance meeting.
It's
I'm
such
recruiting.
a-
I am
He
recruiting. I'm a
sits
network
me
marketer.
in the meeting and
100%.
walks off like, "Happy you came. I'll be right back," and walks the hell out.
Yeah, because I had already seen the
Got him.
presentation. I need to go to training.
So
in the
now
next room.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, "Wow, this is what we're doing."
And if you've ever been invited, what do we say? Have you ever been invited by
To one of those
somebody to
meetings?
one of those things?
That was one of those things. I was
Facts.
like, damn it. But now I'm in here and I'm listening. I'm like, oh, you don't need a degree to sell life insurance? Bet. I really don't want to go back to school. I'm going to do this. He doing it. I can do it.
Guy at the time was making like $400,000 selling life insurance too.
I was like, bet. I
A
can
month?
do it.
Bet
A year.
Sorry.
a year.
No, a
Mine
year.
is programmed a little.
It's okay. I got it. But that's when we were back then. This is 2008.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So he was like
No,
the king.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, 2008.
For sure.
He was rich.
Yeah, you
back
was like,
then,
oh,
for
he
sure.
making crazy money. They go eat, team eating. We all go to Double Dave's. That was actually our first date that I keep in my mind.
was the meeting.
Double Dave, yeah, that was Double
Double
Dave's.
Dave's Pizza.
Double Dave's Pizza was our
Okay.
first date. But we're in here, and I'm like, I really like this. This is what I'm gonna do. So I start doing it, and we're seeing each other every
the
day. We're riding together
To the meetings.
all the time. His wife is not around because she's
In Mississippi.
in Mississippi.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
In college.
No, she was
She
in
in
the
the
Air
military.
Force.
So you needed the insurance.
You was trying to stay.
No, I didn't need no
You was
insurance.
getting deported.
I
You
wasn't
was
getting
kidding.
deported.
Somebody was. This
Nobody
random
was getting
marriage.
deported, bro.
So in my mind, while this is happening, as I'm maturing, I'm like, oh, you get extra money for being married. Is that what's happening?
you do.
So it was a scam.
It was not a scam.
This is just my idea.
The way she's
Okay,
saying it is
okay.
This is
Okay.
my idea. This
Okay.
is not where they at. They're really
Okay.
talking. They
Okay.
really,
They really married.
In
yeah,
love.
they got
it.
something going on, but they got this weird conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
definitely
so
out
they
of
used to be
pocket.
on the phone, and I used to be like, what are y'all talking about?
It was always weird.
This is weird. And I haven't crossed any lines at this time because I'm like, oh, you
Because he already
married.
sisted that ass.
How? Kinda. But I got my own situation going on too.
Yeah,
Okay.
her situationship is equally as trash.
It is. It definitely is.
So you was looking at her situationship saying that she had a trash situation as well in your own.
In my own trash
Garbage.
situationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're both like this. It's
The
trash.
grass is not greener on either side.
Got it. I got it.
It's
Both
just
our
trash.
grass burnt.
That's a real thing.
Stupid.
So we're working together until
So you weren't.
y'all know
Until what happened. What had happened was.
he moved in with me.
No.
How we jump
Before
from y'all
that.
and
Before
you
that.
married,
Okay.
She
Before
would have
that.
do.
Before that.
Y'all living together.
I had
Ooh.
so remember the ex-girlfriend that was at my graduation.
That is a
So
thing.
check this out. The ex-girlfriend that was at my graduation, she pops up on me on the phone call, and is like, "Hey, your wife got something to tell you," and I'm like, "What?" So what happened was this chick was so psycho. She hacked my wife's
She's not psycho. She was in love. Don't call her psycho.
crime of passion. Got you. Okay. She hacked this girl's
MySpace.
my ex-wife's MySpace account. Went through the messages and found messages of my ex-wife and her mother talking about her being pregnant and the baby's going to be taken care of. You don't have to get rid of it, all that type of stuff.
Oh Jesus.
So she tells me this, and I'm like, first of all, how the hell you get in this girl MySpace?
Right.
And she actually tells me. She says, well, you know, she's like a celebrity type of situation where her information is out there. So the forgot password questions was, what was your school mascot? And she knew the answer because it's a simple Google.
She need to go to
And
Quantico.
she was doing the most. So she told me this, and I'm like, wow, really? And so I finally confronted my ex-wife, and then it was true, paid for the divorce type situation. I'm moving in with her on some other stuff. My mama told me pretty much, either you get a job or you get out.
Yeah.
You know.
And I was
So,
like, Mama, remember my brother from school?
yeah.
My brother.
We both doing the same thing, and I'm
Right.
doing well, but his mama like, get a job or get out. What can we do? And my mom's like, he can stay here. Now my mom is not like,
Her mama cool. as
she
hell,
one of them
fam.
people that's like,
Had to
I'm
be.
a look out for you. You know, Louisiana.
Especially because
Folks
you
are
know
like, I
y'all was
got your
brother and
back.
sister.
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and of course he's
Right.
been around.
We hadn't crossed any lines at this
hadn't.
time. Like at any point in time, no kissing, no nothing other than the time she kissed me on the lips and spoke hot fire in my ear. I was like, nah, she ain't crossed no line.
So he moves in. Now we're riding every day to work. We're just constantly together.
Right. And then one night I hear her on the phone with her situation, and it was just like divine appointment. Both of these people are talking like trash. In the whole situations are ending, and it was like, yo, can you just hold me?
Can you just hold me?
Can you just hold me?
So I slept on the couch because my mama lived in a 1-bedroom. So I slept on the couch and D was on the floor.
Facts.
Got it.
And then that night I was just like, that floor looked comfortable. Let me slide.
You did
down
one of
there
these
with
numbers?
him. Let me slide down.
Let me
And he was like, yeah, I can hold you. You know.
And the holding.
And that
The
was it.
holding
I
just turned into.
it was just holding. It was just holding. It didn't
That
turn
first
into
night?
the
What?
first time. No, the first time we had sex though was
yeah.
at my mom's house.
That sounds like
Sorry,
some washroom
Mama.
vibe.
days.
In the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like,
So that's just the
Quickie.
thing y'all
it
do.
was like a wow.
Really?
What'd you say?
She said that's just a thing y'all do. That's funny.
Yeah.
But the funny part is my mother-in-law was like calling him every
She was,
5
every
minutes,
5
like,
seconds,
dang!
like,
That's
I
what
was like,
your
bro,
mom used to do that too.
Mama, stop calling me.
Oh yeah.
Like
She
I'm
would-
in the middle of studying my life insurance
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
She
Trying to
kept
close
saying,
deals.
D! I was like, damn it.
And y'all ain't
You
stop.
think she knew?
No,
had
we
to take
kept
breaks.
having to take breaks.
And
Like,
she knew. She had the mother intuition.
she
bro.
knew.
For sure. That's
That's
what
why
they
she
do.
was calling.
She was
But
calling
that's
like,
funny
10,
because
12 times.
Malcolm mom used to do that too. Like, child back there, she used to be like in front of the room.
What y'all back there
They two
doing?
lived in a 2-bedroom, but the living room was right by his door, and so
Yes.
it's quiet back there,
so yeah.
talking.
Right.
That was the beginning of, oh, okay. But that was definitely cultivated by working together, being together all the time, talking.
That high five and that is.
Facts.
He never forgot that. You changed that life.
And then y'all know, in the industry that we're in, you around all these couples that make marriage look like so much fun
Yes.
from stage. Like,
Yes.
No, hell yeah.
look at us, we're in love and we're winning. Yeah.
That
Greatest
culture-
rela- we will win.
culture was
We will win.
You're like,
We
oh
will
my
win.
God, I want to be in love and winning too.
Facts.
Right. Legit. Look at us. We will win.
Look at us. Write your goals. You can have it too.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we both in business. Our partners didn't want to do this anyway.
Right.
I mean, it's bomb. It's hot. So we could, you want to do this? Let's do this. However,
Solidified it.
I ended up getting pregnant.
Is it before or after y'all got married?
This is before we're married. We get pregnant with Layla, and we're like, I don't know. You want to keep it? The first time we find out, I'm like, nah. And I go to sleep. And I'm like, no, I'm keeping the baby. And he like, you changing your mind? And I'm like, and I am.
And I'm like, we ain't rich. We actually living with your mama
I'm like,
and broke.
Right.
we're having the baby.
I was like, man,
We end up having her.
I couldn't afford the abortion anyway.
You got the.
We're like, okay, we just gonna figure it out. We end up having Layla. The whole time, it's like we're not married. It's just, y'all know.
What was the feeling around that? Like
Fear for me.
So
fear for you?
scared.
Okay.
Financially.
Angry. We're broke at that time. Like, I think D's about to start working Slumber J.
What's that?
Yeah, I started working
It's
Slumber
secu-
J
yeah,
when you
security.
got pregnant. But I was just going through. You know, I was diversifying my skills. That's what it was.
So
I
we
had
were
so
we
many
were
different
still selling
jobs.
life
Gotcha.
insurance,
Right.
but I'm like, every time we sell a policy, we're now in charge back here. Meaning we owe money
Right.
because somebody didn't cancel their policy.
Really?
Yeah, that was like, I can't do this. We're bringing a kid in the world. I'm like, we gotta work. So we both get these like I'm at Toys R Us. You're at Slumber J doing security.
Yeah, I only had a whistle. For
We're
security.
doing stuff like that just to get ourselves ready. Layla gets here, and we're at the point. It's been such a struggle up until this point. We're like, we don't like each other.
Yeah.
We're just gonna co-parent.
Right.
Like, you know, that
Really?
hot fire lust. We don't
It
really.
changed when you got a baby on the way.
We
No,
like
it changed when you broke.
for
It
real.
changed
True.
heavy when you
We
broke
like-
and got a baby on the way.
We like, nah, this ain't it. I'm not.
So this is while you were married, like not
Before
married.
they got
While,
married.
while you were pregnant,
This
y'all
is one-
felt like
It was
Yeah,
a done
like,
deal.
We
it's
need
not
to be
gonna work.
friends.
Yeah, like we can just
We
co-parent.
just gonna co-parent. Yeah.
I never
It-
knew that.
Yeah, we ended up going to a revival church
Yes.
event.
Her
Now, we're-
she got 17,000 pastors in her family on
I
her
do.
side.
I really do.
Lord.
They're-
Both sides.
My family is heavy on the
Lord
believers.
Right. Heavy on the
Hey,
believers.
listen, we
Heavy
were
on the
waiting.
believers. So we
Bishops all through there.
apostles, everything.
Oh, wow.
All of that. Yeah.
They ain't
So,
have nothing
so,
to say
so
to you?
y'all got the church pressure of y'all need to get married.
We actually
Altar
did.
call.
We got altar call, and my uncle asked.
What is this?
Son,
Altar
you
call?
know this is when you
No,
go.
I know what an altar call, but they called you to the other like, hey, y'all need
No,
to get married.
they
Oh.
was just open for prayer,
if you need
Oh,
prayer,
okay.
come down.
and we knew we needed prayer. Like,
See, Malcolm's the kind of guy that look at you like, oh, you going?
Yeah. She stand up.
sit down.
Sit down.
No, we got a baby. We know what households we came from.
Right.
As great as our parents did, but we need help. Let's go get some prayer. So we
Mm-hmm.
go up to get prayer. My uncle asks, you know, why aren't y'all married? And D throws out his
Money.
response: money. Like,
Money, bro.
Yeah. That'd be our number one.
yeah, like
no,
money.
facts.
So that's to say now that if the money wasn't an option, you would have already married her. Well, obviously you like marriage.
We wouldn't. We wouldn't.
Obviously, you like marriage. You're stupid.
Is that your chop?
That's what I'm
So
saying.
at that time, I was like, nah, it's money is the reason
Yeah.
why.
Because that's what we was arguing about. It was just, that was it.
Yeah, everything was a argument stemmed from the fact that we was broke.
Everything.
So what happened was, you know, it was a revival. So you know, Baptist churches.
Yes, sir.
When it's revival, you know, they cooking in the back. So me
Fried chicken and
personally,
all.
I'm like, all right, bet we can get this altar call thing done.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying, let him dismiss. I'm finna straight line to the kitchen so I can get me my little styrofoam plate.
Yeah.
So check. I'm making my straight line to the kitchen.
Yeah.
This big 6'4", 300-pound dude just stepping in front of me, and I'm like, what's going on, kinfolk? You good? He was like, hey man, God just put it on my heart, you know what I'm saying, to give you this. And he gave me one of them homeboy handshakes with money in it, and just did that and said blessings. And I was like, thank you. Get out my way. I
your
need
big
my
ass
food.
out my way, right?
You know what I'm saying? Put it in my pocket real quick. Didn't even count it. Didn't even. I wanted the food more than I wanted the money.
Gotcha.
And so what happened was I actually got back to her grandmother's trailer, and I forgot after, you know, changing pants and stuff like that. I'm like, oh snap, the dude gave me some money. I literally counted out, you know, most people give you about $25, $50. I counted out $500.
Wow.
And I said, if it costs less than $500 to marry this woman, I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah.
So I got home, discovered that a marriage license in Texas at that time was $67.
Wow.
And I said, okay, well, that excuse is completely out of the books. I can't lie to God, so I'm finna go ahead and marry her.
Yep. So we were at church here in Houston at another
Revival.
another just service.
Just service.
I got
Okay.
another uncle that's a pastor
Okay.
here as well. Well, apostle, sorry. No disrespect. But we're here just visiting their church, and he's like, y'all want to join church? Who wants to join church? You know, open.
We've been going for like
Not
6,
with a-
7
not
weeks,
with
and he been
again.
going strong.
Yes.
We've been going.
Join too.
And so now we're
Right.
like, hey, what D says, babe, you want to join church? And I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and let's join. So we go up there. And while we're up there, D leans in. We already have the certificate. We know that we want to get married,
Right.
but we
Don't
just
know
haven't
when.
decided
We ain't
when.
planned it out or
Yeah.
nothing like that.
D leans in and say, I want to marry her today.
And he was like, well, son, you can't do it like that. You need a license. I said, it's in the car. He said, well, okay. He turns to the congregation and said, hey, congregation, these two are joining church, but we're going to have a wedding for them right now as well. And he said, go get the license to make sure. I went, got the license, came back. He said, well, yeah, we're about to have this wedding. Married us. I had on this polo shirt tucked into some jeans.
I had
Horrible.
Houston
I had
has
on
a
my
mug back
mama's
then.
Horrible.
my mama's red and white polka dot dress with a ponytail.
We're gonna need to put that up, you know, when we
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
that picture
We need
is
photos.
tough.
The angles. First of all, the clarity on them angles was trash.
Somebody used a
And
flip
the
phone?
fit was trash.
It was definitely flip phone material.
Yeah,
What?
absolutely.
But they caught it. They caught that moment. We got married, and that was.
You know what's funny? We actually had, because this is church, we had an offering to bless our marriage.
We did.
But the pastor was like, for anybody that contributes to the marriage, they can actually be in your business. So they can't, like, not be in your business. They can give you wise counsel.
To keep
you know, if
going.
they sold into you, you can't quit on it type of vibes.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. So it cost us $67 for the marriage license, and then I had bought her this cheap $200 ring
Oh,
that turned
so
to a finger
bad.
ring. But
Jesus.
we're not gonna go into that.
But
we
look
left
at the new one.
church like $400+, so I left in profit.
Okay.
It was like
You know what I'm
$260. We were good. We was like,
Wow.
look at this blessing.
Nah, that's real. See, because we got gypped on ours. Ours was a scam. They told us they like youth getting married, and so they sow into you. No offense. Thank you, all of you who came to our wedding. We truly appreciate it. However, we
lot of you niggas
$2,000. It was over 100 people there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That should have been 20,000 if every one person gave 200.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the math.
That's about.
But that's what they told me. That's what my mama told me. Like, that's people are going to sow into the youth getting married because that's a great thing.
Did y'all have any expectations before y'all got married though?
I can't say I did.
Only prophecy is
Facts.
this lady prophet Deborah Degar.
Yep.
She was like, anything that you do, you're gonna need her. It won't work without her. And so I felt in my mind, I need my life to work. So you need to be in my life.
And
So
have you seen
this
that come to
life-
fruition?
Huh? Absolutely. 10 times, 100 times over.
Dang,
That'll
Yeah.
preach.
that's good.
100 times
That
over.
is good.
See, that's them run-ins with the prophets.
You got to be, listen.
Yeah, but
You got to be on point.
His first encounter with a prophet. You want to tell?
I don't even remember what he said. It just pissed me off. I know that.
He basically said I was going to leave him if he didn't go to school.
wow.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, he just said it. I'm
He
like,
already had a degree, though.
I had a degree already. I'm trying to figure this out.
Wow. What do I need more school for? In that morning.
Because I was going to be I was going to win. So since we would win,
We will win. I don't know what.
no.
I don't know
He
what
was
you talking
basically saying like I was going to be a major success, and if he didn't go back to school, I was going to leave him.
about. Yeah, that was dumb.
Got you. Okay.
I don't like unnecessary school
Yeah, I was
debt.
like, you operating in the flesh, buddy.
And y'all know Malcolm, so y'all know he was looking at Buddy like
You know what
off.
you're talking
You
about.
side-eyed
Don't
him for
get
the
beat in
rest of
front of
the
your own congregation, dog.
That's
I was very.
Nah, that's dope. But I mean, one of the reasons why I feel like we connected was to, y'all were for us that couple on stage.
We will
We will
win.
win.
Look at us.
The we will win
Facts.
couple.
Y'all were
Facts.
because y'all had just,
Hit
started
a leadership
a
leadership
pivotal
position.
Yeah,
position in which you were being compensated now 6 figures, and
Right.
we had never seen a couple that was close to our age because y'all was still in y'all 20s at that point.
Dang.
So
That's
what
how
did
you-
they
So
That's
now
how
they
you
43.
It's just stupid.
I'm just
That's how you say
because
it.
that's how y'all
you
look
gonna
like
take
y'all
away-
old.
15
Wow.
more
God.
years.
Everybody on the pod knows that Malcolm and I are about to turn 30. We talk about this a lot.
Welcome.
Yeah, and we are a whopping 32.
Right. But that was my point. That was my whole point. My whole point being that the couples that we were seeing, they had been, married
in
for
the 50s.
forever.
Yeah,
or
they
they
were
were,
58.
late
Yeah.
40s,
Been married
early
since 10.
50s. And so
Gotcha.
it's like I had never seen a couple that was close to our age
Right.
that was now winning as well. You know what I mean? And so for me, it was inspiring to see that. Not to mention that, my brother is a fire speaker, but it was actually Quiana for me. Like your speech was fire. You know that because I've been talking about that for forever. But it was her posture, her position, and her standing behind you in telling y'all story from, where you had come from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even talking about, okay, we was living on my mama's, on her mom's floor.
Yeah.
So to see the progression at that point, and that wasn't, imagine that we were looking at that like that was wow. It was incredible.
We will win.
But that was so inspiring to me because I don't think, were we married yet? I think we had just got married. We
yeah,
had
I
only
said we
been
got
married
married.
for like,
Yeah.
We just got
at
married.
that point, 3 months by the time that happened. So I'm sitting here like, wow, like people win in this industry. You know, couples can win. And I think that was important to be able to see the example. And so from then, y'all were my friends in my head before we had ever spoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I gotta know these people. Like, they gotta be my, I used to tell my dad all the time, like, yo, so when I got my shot, I shot my shot too.
That's what you
appreciate
gotta
it.
do. That's what you gotta do.
I want to talk about the couple in business standpoint because y'all did start business together. But what age did y'all come together as far as business partners?
Out the gate, 19.
Yeah.
19?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the
age,
experience
she
like?
was 19. I was 18.
Yeah.
Okay. What was y'all like experience through that time? Coming young, coming together as business partners. What was that experience like?
As far as having to work together? Or,
Yeah.
I think at first, our positions was a lot different. So
We were separate at first.
Yeah, we
But
were
we hadn't
separate.
joint businesses yet because it was like she had a code, I had a code. We wasn't writing business under the same code yet.
yeah.
So it was actually frowned upon by the person that was our upline at the time to actually go ahead
For us to merge business.
To merge businesses.
Because what it looked like then, of course, De'el is not who he looks like now. Back then, neither one of us do. But he had the braids.
I wasn't
He
an
hadn't
orator.
sharpened his skills in communication. So a lot of times when he talked, he said,
Yeah, I was an king. I was
King.
always
Yeah.
an
So it was just little things like that. Of course, you know, when you go into a predominantly, I'm going to say, other culture office place and you're a young black guy, you're not the pick,
Right.
especially in life insurance. You're not at that
For sure.
current time, 2008, 18, braids, baggy clothes, smooth talker. You're not the pick to win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so here I come, you know, mulatto looking color, you know, it is what it is. I'm having success. Older people that are in their 40s actually are saying yes to me. It looks like I have a lot of promise.
Yeah.
And here I come saying, hey, we want to
hook
merge
up.
our business.
And they're like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? And I'm like, he's a great guy. And it's like, but are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure.
At this point, y'all married though.
No.
Oh, okay.
At that point, we weren't. But we made the decision to merge our business. And that was a big thing. Y'all not married. Why would you merge the business?
I mean, I've seen that go pretty bad.
Again,
Yeah.
I just was
You're right.
like, it's going to go well. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And so we did it without really any, I guess, examples of how this was going to go other than what I said. We on the stage seeing everybody, we will win, we're in
We win
love.
things.
And that's what we wanted.
So, in regards to that, like, can you kind of talk about? Because we get that question all the time. Like, how do couples thrive in business? What do you feel like have been challenging when it comes to personality types in regards to like how you can actually be successful as a couple when you're two significantly different people?
So we've discussed it, and we've narrowed down that I'm a visionary and she's detail oriented. So I can speak a big vision, but I'll be wanting to take immediate action. She's like, baby, slow down. Here are the details that have to go into place first before that big vision takes place. I'll be like, damn them details. I need the big vision.
My dog.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but you need both. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to operate in their field of expertise. And you know what I'm saying? Her spirit is super strong when it comes to just developing those things. Like, I don't even be thinking about certain things she thinks about.
Yeah.
And so those things has to happen. And then when you say dealing with personalities, like even when we were dealing with people, I would give advice on something, and literally she'll hear me on the phone and be like, baby, I would have said that a little bit different. And so I'd be like, what do you mean? She was like, velvet hammer this thing. Sandwich method this person. Because you just pretty much tore this person down. Like, bro, what you mean you don't feel like doing a call? Like, are you broke still? Like, she'd be like, why don't you sandwich that? Why don't you compliment this person first, then give the corrective advice, and then go ahead and just butter them up at the end? And I'm like, bro, you know what? You got a lot of drive. But right now, I ain't even experiencing it. And I know you can do better.
That's the sandwich method.
And so I'll be like, all right, bet, babe, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? She cultivated that part.
And even in cultivating that, seeing D kind of go and have that excitement, truthfully, being the detail-oriented partner, it is very difficult. When you have a partner that has a huge vision and they go, it's hard to keep up with the demand of what they want to see come to pass.
Yeah.
And it is those things, like he said, I'm listening on the call. I don't necessarily want to hear the call. However, I'm here, and because of who I am, I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to critique, but because I'm your wife, I got to say something. And so it's a responsibility that I had to learn over the years, that I know it's probably going to be a little odd after we talk. However, somebody has to do it. And for a long time, before we finally got in the flow in business, that made me feel very frustrated.
Okay.
It made me feel very frustrated because I'm like, I keep having to do the hard, boring stuff. Or I keep having to seem like the naggy, picky person.
Yeah, the pessimistic.
The bad parent.
And I hate it, like, because that's not how I feel. But every time I have to talk, that's what I have to say.
Yeah.
So that was difficult. But we finally got into a place where I was like, can I say this? And then it'll be like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
How did y'all get to that point, though, of
Can
I say this? Like that
we
communication.
went through multiple times. Before we got to that place, we went through these spells. All right, you know what? You just do everything. I ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I ain't
okay.
gonna do
You can
nothing.
cuss.
Bet. I ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm just gonna chill. And I'm like, all right, bet, whatever. I'm gonna run and do this shit myself. And so that happened, but then being frustrated, you know what I'm saying? Because she would literally be listening, paying attention to when I'm training or when I'm doing something, and then giving me corrective points. And I'd be like, you supposed to not be over there not doing shit.
And I'm
Why
like,
you
this is
still-"
a home-based business. I can't leave. You're here.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
facts.
Wasn't big at the
Right.
time.
Like, I can hear you. You in the closet, I can hear you talking. You upstairs doing the
she
call,
moved my
I
whole
can
desk
still
in the closet.
hear you. Like, everywhere I try to go in the house to get away from being in on your conversation, you're here.
I'm still on.
Right.
So I can't not be in it. Like, I'm trying. It's just not working.
Yeah.
And so she from that point, she literally started, versus being, I'm not going to do anything. She still would give her sound bites and her corrective points. And I would be like, you know what? That makes sense. Sometimes you just got to take your ego and be like, you know what? I would rather have the results that I desire versus have this ego and be in a place where you don't matter, or treat my partner like your opinion don't matter. And so even in my small tweaks, I would use what she said and then be like, you know what? I thank God for my wife. You know what I'm saying? And I give her kudos publicly as well when it comes to that, because that is important. She's words of affirmation like a mug. So I'm like, yo, let me go ahead and, give her flowers, not only privately but publicly as well.
No, that's right. I think that's important in any relationship, while we're here.
Right.
We appreciate y'all a lot. No, seriously. No, because I remember like one of the first conversations that we had as a collective was being able to talk about, financially as we are ascending, what would you tell us that you did wrong to not do? And to be able to have people in your life that will give you true these are by far the wisest people. They're young, but the knowledge is crazy. And, to be able to have that, we always talk about community, and to be able to know that I can call them and they're not going to give me what they know I want to hear, especially Quiana and you too. We going to call y'all and know that we're going to tell you the whole truth. It's having the ability and the trust in somebody to know that I can be vulnerable and tell you the whole story versus the part I know I want to tell you, the part I feel like don't need to be talked about, but give you the full everything and know that we're going to get wise counsel, and it's going to, whether it's favorable to what we want or not. And I think that's huge. And, it's important to us that we do have this relationship because, we value y'all opinion, not just from a success standpoint, but a marriage standpoint. We didn't even say that y'all been married for 12 years. And people don't stay married that long.
That's
Right.
a fact. That's a fact.
Facts.
Especially at our age. I think we are in a space right now as millennials where marriage is becoming more like home based. A lot more people are staying married longer. We are shifting, a lot of statistics because our kids are growing up in 2-parent households, even if sometimes, you don't know if it's going to stay that way. But more children are growing up with millennial parents that are 2-family households. Millennials are staying married longer. We're getting married at all. And so, I think it's just important to say that we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And, I am really grateful for falling in love with you all from my seat and believing that I could win as a couple.
We will win. Yes,
we will win. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, because I feel like in relationships, especially when you spend a lot of time with people or you talk often, you don't say this kind of stuff of like, yo, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all.
Absolutely.
Not because I'm leaving, but because you need to know that our relationship holds weight, it holds value, and it is significant in my life. Our lives, our son's life. I mean, they out there having a grand time.
She know my love language. Girl, you better love on me.
So I want to kind of segue into say like, in regards to marriage.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you wish you knew at the altar in the pink polo?
It was pink.
When you were.
It was beige. Beige
It
and
was beige.
striped.
It was beige and striped.
Good looking.
Beige and brown.
Okay.
What do I feel like I needed to know?
What do you feel like you needed to know then about marriage 12 years later? Like, to get to where you are at 12 years, what do you feel like those people needed to know?
It's a lot. It's a lot of lessons, man. Of course, people gonna say communication. I'm gonna say effective communication. And what I mean by that is knowing what your partner is, where your partner is coming from. When I say listen to understand, not to actually argue, I'm in a place of saying I need to know what you're talking about. Because normally when you're listening to just rebuttal, you're not really getting the substance of what that person's hurt, concern, or point of view is. So me personally, I'm like, that's the number one. Number two is I have to provide. When we was broke, we had several situations that came up that if I was rich or if I was providing, I would literally not have to deal with. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be providing, or meaning not rich. I just had to have a steady, consistent income that our life wouldn't look like how it looked. Pretty much. You can jump in at any point in time. I'm on a roll. I can go forever.
You're on a roll, baby.
But I'm just letting you know. Also, I would also say that prayer is something that we have. Not everybody pray, have the same beliefs, but we have to pray together, and we have to actually exercise that part of us. And at the same token, we have to have sex a lot. So, that is like, it goes hand in hand.
I knew it was gonna come up.
That's real.
Yeah, it's a thing.
We didn't do that premarital counseling.
Okay.
At all.
We should have.
So y'all an anomaly.
Right.
Yeah, we did not do premarital counseling because we didn't know
People's
we were
marriages
doing it.
last if they don't
I'm
do
saying,
premarital counseling.
But if I'm setting myself up, premarital counseling, you want to set yourself up.
No, I'm just saying, like.
So at 19 and 20, we didn't do that. We were like, we just about to do it. Just go for it. We'll figure it out along the way. But I definitely think counseling would have been key.
Right.
Because at that age, at 20, straight out of college or leaving college, you don't know yourself. You have a child.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be a mom and a wife.
Right.
Like,
and you got it at the same time.
Like, whoa, what do I do? Like, how does this even work? And how I wasn't raised around men. So then there was a difference in how we say the same thing. And so he would be saying something very clear, very straight to the point, and it just felt so mean and disconnected. Like, why are you so rude? You couldn't say that nicer? Because I've been raised by my mom and my grandmother, and everybody is talking
and
with
Mama Melinda,
eloquent
I love
talking.
her. She's so passive aggressive,
She is
nice,
she's
nasty.
very
Nice,
passive
nasty.
aggressive.
She's on some stuff like, oh, and when you go over that, it'll be nice if you actually take out the trash.
Oh, gotcha.
Like,
But she says it with a smile.
she
It
eat her
doesn't
ass
sound
up.
nasty.
That's my mama right there.
But you like,
100%.
Now, are you going outside? It would be cool if you took out the trash when you went outside. Like, okay, shit, I'm gonna go take it.
That makes sense.
got it.
Didn't know you just tried it.
Yeah, yeah. You just get used to it. Like, oh, that's
Yes.
just how she talks. Like, it is what it is. I'm not faced.
Yeah.
But you get with a man that's like, no, I don't want to do that. Well, why? And why'd you say it like that? Did I do something wrong? Like, that counseling would have helped with kind of exploring what's to come and just how we talk. Definitely expectations on sex, expectations on
Initiation of sex.
and that's a big thing
Let's talk about this.
because
He want to stick a pin in it. Here we go.
No,
we got you. Like, that was a thing. We ended up going to counseling later, and Dee was like, I want you to initiate sex more. Because I'm like, I got you. What's up?
You feel me?
Wait,
What's wrong with that?
What does that mean?
No.
I got you.
Like, tell me. Because
Tell me what's
I'm a
up.
mama. I'm not focused on it. I'm like,
100%.
what do we, the baby, hair. I got hair, checklist, okay, cleaning, okay, what, checklist.
The problem is this.
I need to be on
I'm
the
about to cross
checklist.
my
No,
legs.
no.
Figure
It's
this out.
not that. The thing is, we don't get to cut momming off. And I know it sounds bad to say, but dads get to dad. They get to go off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't always have to be on at every waking moment with your child.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
However,
I do.
and I would like to add to that, there are certain things a father has to do that a mother doesn't.
Like?
Take the trash out. You see the pop quiz comes up and then you gonna be cooling your toes.
No. That's what he said. Elaborate. I would like you to share with the room what the hell that even means.
Everybody's household is different. Let me
Correct.
start there.
Yeah.
Everybody's household is different. Everybody's setup is different. Some people have separate bank accounts.
Yes.
Some people have adjoining bank accounts, right? Me personally, the way my house is set up is all bills are on autopilot. We have a chef, so you don't got to cook.
That's now, though. At the beginning,
Also.
when we're talking about in the beginning,
in the beginning.
in the beginning
Stop it.
of when we
Go ahead.
first got married, I think that part, because some people respectfully may never experience where we are now.
Okay, so
Or is that why
that's
your
true. That's
life
fair.
is like that because of what it was at the beginning? Beninging.
Beninging.
okay, so check this out. In the beginning, and what it was when we were grinding, when we were coming out of where we were at, our household was we had to share a car.
Yeah.
We had to share a car, and I was working a floating shift. I had multiple jobs. Like I said, I was diversifying my skills. I wouldn't stay on a job at very, very long. But the core of it is we do have to provide, and of course the women now are working as well because it's a 2-income household. All right. That being said, if we both are doing the providing, right, and we both are cleaning, women typically are cooking, but men are cleaning. If we're both doing that, you can't just simply say that, all right, my lion's share is more than your lion's share if we're both giving. And in the time of actually doing the nursing, I can't
There's nothing you can physically
do that.
about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no thing that I can do if I don't got titties.
Right.
So you feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
it is what it is. But when the babies are put down,
Yeah.
when your mothering is turned off,
Yeah.
it's time for you to turn the wife all the way up.
Yeah. Toot that ass.
Okay.
You know, we don't have to argue about that. I can understand it. I now understand it. My younger years, though, was like, horny where?
Hello?
How? When?
Shout out to
When
Horny
did
Goat.
I have time to be like, yep, I'm ready now?
So
No,
you
no.
saying like it's just not in your head at all?
No.
like,
It's not
let me
in our
sit
head.
on
It's
this
not
nigga.
in our head because, of course, I will say for me as a woman, as a wife, you get to a point, if you know it's been a long time and he ain't said nothing, you be like,
He ain't saying nothing, but he's slamming doors.
He
did something.
But it's not that we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
He get in the bed and almost elbow you in the head.
That's why my dad told you to keep a coconut to hit me just in case. It's
Really?
wild, right?
That's why.
No, that's it.
Oh, about to say.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Great advice. Anyway, but my point of saying that is like, it's not that we don't know. It's that it's not priority initially, right? Like you have to, I feel like that's the, no. I feel like you have to grow into knowing what I say all the time. You got to know your personnel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not in a place now where it's like, I know what you expect. But what happens is I feel like with y'all expectations, what has to happen is there has to be a little bit more communication. But if I need you to I don't want to use the word step up because that sounds like you don't do anything. But it's like sometimes I need more help in order for you to get what you need at the end of the night.
Yeah, and we know that sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, but sometimes it feels like what you're looking for, because you might, the night that you're looking for it is the night you know I just had the longest day on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like we told them, like literally our son hasn't slept all week. Like for some reason he's having a sleep regression and he's teething again. And so I'm literally up because I'm considerate of you having to get up and go to the gym at 6 a.m. So I'm not going to say, hey, go get the baby. Even though what I want to say is, nigga, you don't hear him? For some reason your ears are off at night because
our ears are really off at
correct.
night.
So this is where,
really don't hear shit.
But that's what I'm saying. So now I done had sex with you. I done did everything that you wanted me to do, and now I am overly exhausted. I'm not even getting my after sex reset before I gotta go. We've experienced multiple times that it's like he knows, all right, they almost done. Okay, cool. Time to wake up.
It's time to cry.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, you talking about, I didn't even get my refresh to be able to be like, all right, cool, I could do this again. Not an hour, not 90 minutes. It was 3 minutes. My eyes were closed and he knew. So now I'm up dealing with the baby. But you know who's snoring and sitting there all nice? That was great.
I am so released. I'm
ooh,
so
I
good.
just needed
This is
that.
some
I feel good.
sleep.
I can go through my next. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
what?
So to
Let
that
her
point,
go, sis.
to that
No, that's
point,
because that was 2 days ago. That ain't.
no, to that point, I think it takes time for us to learn those things. Like the other day, I went into the room and I just slept with him the entire night.
But why did you sleep with him for the entire night?
Because I saw, first of all, you had an issue. I don't know what it was. It sounded like you had just fought him. But let that nigga cry. Let that nigga cry. Dang. What happened?
No, see, you're not
How
saying.
long have I been asleep?
Exactly.
How long have I been?
You've been asleep for
Listen,
2
listen,
hours,
it was-
and I've been
I
in there
sleep
trying
like
to put
2
him
hours.
back to sleep.
Wow.
I'm sleeping like 2 hours. All right, cool.
Oh,
I see that, okay, she needs rest.
Mm-hmm.
This is where time came in. Like, okay, the experience of seeing my wife and knowing the cues, like, oh no, intervene now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did that, allowed you to sleep into the morning, and I was in there with him hustling all night, with him all night. But that came from experience and time. Like, we don't really know when to actually step in because they cling to y'all so early.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly when should we step in and intervene and be there.
But I think that's one of those things that come with real love.
Yeah.
Like real love from a wife's perspective, and this is speaking for my household, was being able to be patient with he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
I swear I wish somebody would explain that as best as they could. He just doesn't know.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, there are things I didn't know how to be a mom, but the moment I had a kid, instinct kicked in.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be a wife. However, looking at his moods, learning him, studying him, instinct just made me that way. Like, okay, this is what's needed. I'm studying, I'm doing. And so often when it comes to planning dates, when it comes to thinking about buying something, when it comes to a birthday party, when it comes to just how does this man feel relaxed? How does everybody in this house function? It comes to me through so much thought, even in my time.
Yeah.
So, but nobody told me that he wasn't wired the same way
No, that's a
that
fact.
I am.
That's true.
So a lot of times, because it was misguided expectations,
Yes.
I was so angry because I was expecting him to think like me. So when he didn't just know, when he didn't just show up, I'm like, what in the unfair is this? This is so unfair.
This is lopsided. Yeah.
Did I, like, how many bad seeds did I sow, God? Like, that's how I was feeling. Like, obviously, you're punishing me for whispering in the guy's ear.
While he was
Right?
married.
Yeah.
But while he was married, this is punishment. I'm in trouble. My man is amazing. However, why he don't know that I just need a back rub right now?
No,
Why
because he
don't-
wanna. Because when he
'Cause
back
my
rub
back
you,
rub turn into
every time.
tooted up.
No,
Too
it
bad.
don't even do that. But it's because we do have those back rubs with the aphrodisiac experience
Yes. Yes.
attached to it.
it seems like
But
all
then,
of them.
but then it's like, you know, most times when you're in an exhausted space, it comes with a certain aura and a certain frown.
Yeah.
That's be like, I don't want to fuck with the world right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it don't look inviting.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know what? Let me just give her space.
Exactly.
And so it just sends off a repellent when
Okay.
you're out there. So it's not back rub energy. I need a back rub. It's like, oh my God, don't even go over there. A tsunami is coming at your way if you say hi to her.
Yep.
And but then you got to remember that is the time.
Yeah.
Is being educated that is the time to be overly clingy and like wanting to make sure that she's taken care of, and they call it thoughtfulness. I realize that that's something that I
We
didn't
lack.
know.
We lack.
I be like, I be thinking about you.
Yeah. All the time.
Like, but
It's
Literally all the
because for
time.
us, I feel like we have to feel like I don't want to have to tell you
yeah,
what it is
that's
that I
real.
desire, what it is that I
Right.
need.
But we
But
just
y'all
want you
are
to
wired.
know.
But y'all are wired in a way of like, how am I supposed to know if you
How am
don't
I
tell
supposed
me?
to
We
know
feel
that?
like
I
that
ain't
when
never
it
girled
comes to sex,
before.
though.
But that's what
They
I'm
should
saying.
know.
So that's what we talked about this before, where it's like it's like the amount of sex that y'all desire. I don't feel like our love bank be getting filled up with the amount that you need that I needed to be filled up for you to get what you need out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, if you're not gonna be able to swipe your card if there's no money in there.
Yeah.
It's going to decline. And so I don't feel like y'all equate that
Well,
with the
sometimes
same.
you can just go in the negative.
How many steak 48s I gotta give to get ass?
Sometimes you just
Four
made
times
it through
a
the
day.
way we made it through life.
4 times a
sometimes
day?
it's going
A week, I
negative.
mean.
4 times a week.
No.
4 times a
Four
week
times a
is-
day is greedy. We established
That's
that.
overly greedy.
That's
Definitely
greedy.
Never gonna happen
know?
unless you're on a vacation. What is happening?
How
Vacation life, though.
vacation is definitely different.
There you go.
But
Vacation.
there you go. And that's your all right.
There
well,
you go. We got
it's
it.
been a little while. I need one of them freaking the she's always ready. You take her on a vacation. Take me on a trip.
Because vacation doesn't scream responsibility. And when
100.
you're in home, sometimes all you hear is this need to get done. This need to get done. This need to get done. Take me out of here. I love my house, but take me away.
Yeah.
If you really want me to be free, go free me. Free me out of here.
Y'all still don't be trying to toot that ass. That's all
Okay.
I'm saying.
You need to watch it. You pulling from your bank.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You was about to say something though.
No. What? You good? You had a question?
I didn't. I thought you did, so that's why I said
That
it was
is
you.
funny. I love
No,
it.
I do have a question though. Because I think we're in this season right now of like reinventing yourself. And how did y'all get through, and how do y'all deal with when both of y'all together are reinventing yourselves and then individually y'all are reinventing yourselves? How do y'all get through that?
Through the seasons of life.
Yeah, through the seasons.
Yeah, as you're changing, because y'all been together since 18. Well,
it's
married
12
since
years.
19.
So many things probably happened.
Right. So y'all are significantly different at 32
Facts.
than you were at 19 and 20.
Absolutely.
So
I think one of the things we had to reestablish trust.
Yep.
That was one of the biggest things. I realized from the time we had got married, I had some trust issues I hadn't dealt with. So there was so far.
She was used to dealing with ain't shit niggas. Yeah. But let's go. Let's keep going.
There was so far of vulnerability that I would go.
Okay.
So I might cry in front of you, but you may not know why I'm crying.
okay.
Because I don't feel safe to tell you what's wrong. or I feel like it's going to be judged or mishandled. So then for a long time, there was just this invisible wall that I had with him. He probably didn't even know, but I knew I can only talk to him so much. I can only tell him so much.
Yeah.
Like, I know how I'm feeling, but I'm not comfortable yet.
Yeah.
It definitely took us finding help, seeking help. Like, we all laugh about us having elder friends. Like, we definitely have older friends.
We needed a board of directors.
We needed a board of directors. We needed somebody we could go to and actually help us through the changes. Because I didn't even know I was going to change.
That's real.
Like, you talking about Casper from Marshall. I'm like, I'm always going to be, that is so disrespectful.
Wait, who's Casper?
That was my name.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I'm Casper. Like,
Nice to meet you.
Girl. But here I am. I'm like, it is. Why she don't work? What's going on in my mind? What's wrong? And that took a lot of trust to be able to communicate and say, babe, I'm not okay. I don't necessarily know why just yet, but I'm figuring it out. And it took trial and error because at first, when we would do that with each other as we change, and guys are pretty stable. I know he's changed in some ways, but for the most part, it's pretty stable. We're pretty stable, but it took us, the trial and error was sometimes me being open led to anger.
Yeah.
It led to frustration because I would share and what he would hear would not be what I wanted him to hear and respond with. And he would respond with frustration. Like, what more do you want? Like, that's kind of where he was. And so we had to seek more help. And that looked like a couple of things. One of the major things is I got to a point, and I know Malcolm gonna run with this and find this funny because he been saying it. I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm emotionally empty, and the only people that I seem to vibe with that connect with my emotions are women. Babe, can I have a girlfriend?
I said, hell no. We have a girlfriend.
What did I say earlier in the
You
show?
got a girlfriend. We have
What did I say, yo?
I knew you was gonna run with, but that's not all girls.
I know.
That's not all girls.
It's a method to the madness. But that was where I went. I was like, this is gonna be a solution. Can I have a girlfriend? And D was like, if you have a girlfriend,
we have a girlfriend.
And I was like, do it have to be that way?
Right.
All right.
So you wanted to be selfish about it.
Yeah, because I just want to be emotionally fed. You're going to make it nasty. I just want cuddles.
Okay.
It's the way to land.
Like, I just want cuddles and sweet nothings in my ear and somebody to vent to and feel safe. Somebody's going to tell me, you got it, boo. You know, most people would just get a friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they would.
Most people would just get a friend.
It's okay.
Range true.
However, I can honestly say, even I needed counseling for how to be a friend too, because that was a little shaky.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You're a great friend.
Thank you for
It's after the counseling. Yeah, she's a great friend now.
How long ago was the counseling?
No, that was years, multiple years, but she's a great friend.
Yeah, but for a long time, I would get blurred. I had like this hero. If that's what you want, like a syndrome, like, oh, you fix me, now I love you.
I got you.
That was them daddy issues. Different topic.
No, but I feel like that. I mean, I think self-awareness is so, people don't want to be self-aware. Like, I don't want to realize that this derives from that.
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff that happened to us for years that you don't even pay attention to just because it seems natural. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to love you because you did fix me.
Yeah, you love me, so I want to love on you. And so
I learned a lot from that experience, though.
What did you
I ain't
learn?
gonna lie.
What you learn?
It's if we could be 100% candid, and this is being mature as well about it. Watching your woman be loved on in the emotional capacity that she wants to be loved on by another woman in HD right in front of you is totally eye-opening. It's mind-blowing. Yeah. It's like when we was talking about that whole back rub thing. Yeah. Like, yo, she angry. I'm going to just give her 10 minutes. She'll fix all my problem. this chick could go be with her and be like, hug on her and help her through the moment. And the moment that would normally take about an hour or two was done in like 5-10 minutes because somebody was there emotionally being there for her.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. I was like, oh shit, that's what she want?
Yeah.
Wow. And then it'll be like emotional turns into, okay, I am active. I am ready to be physical.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, I've been slipping.
Wow.
Damn, I've been slipping. So, and then in the area of planning, to watch somebody plan for you, that's different. You know what I'm saying? My whole life was network marketing. My whole life was business, either event, phone call, training I'm preparing for, or something business related.
Yep.
Like, where is the fun? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was trained, you know what I'm saying? Why are you watching TV if you haven't hit your goals? Like, you should have a piece of paper with what was it? You should have a piece of paper with all your goals down.
Yep.
And tape it on your TV. And anytime you want to watch TV, you gotta tape down your goals. I'm like,
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my God.
We will win.
I'm like,
We will win.
I'm like programmed to not have fun.
Yeah.
What? Like, I'm programmed not to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be working. And so just to have that person that had a regular job, be like, I left my job at home. I mean, at the job. I'm at home now. And so this is my time I dedicate to not anybody outside of this house, but only you. And I be like, damn, we can do that?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to do that? But if I dedicate all my time, all these people that's counting on me, I need them to hit my goal. I got to give it all to them. Damn, you over here giving it to her? Like, you giving all the information and time and everything to her, and it will create a different Quiana. And I was like, oh shit.
And that was that was who I really was.
Wow.
Like, in that form. And what used to be funny is we would have these conversations and it'll be like, D, this is really who she is. And I'd be like, it really is who I am.
I grew accustomed to work Quiana.
Because he
I was
saw
about to
me.
ask that though, like
did.
because a lot of times I think in business when you're married, the other thing that nobody talks about, because what you see on stage is they're winning, they look happy, all this stuff like that. They're making money, they're taking trips, they're doing all the fun stuff, but it's like not realizing that at home we can't cut off work.
Cannot cut off.
Yes.
It's
You
work,
can't
work,
cut
work,
it.
work.
It's all
So hard
because we
to.
dealt with that for a long
while.
time.
Right.
The first time we took a trip since we had been in business was Mexico with y'all.
Right. No.
That was 4 years.
We had no fun at all.
Yeah.
No fun.
Yeah, facts.
We know.
We
We
know.
were
No,
doing the same
Because
thing.
here's the deal. We were doing the exact same
And
thing.
we were
Exactly.
on the trip still working.
We were definitely on the trip still working.
All right, y'all, we got to
was
leave
still
dinner.
there.
DL got to go do his
Sorry.
call.
Facts. That's exactly what
Yes.
it was. Like, okay, let's go. So I can go ahead and get here for 9 o'clock. Do this live.
Every
But
time.
it's a different experience when you really get to go on a trip and have nothing planned business related.
Yeah.
And you can just be with your woman, be with your husband, whatever the case may be, and y'all can just plan fun. It produces a whole nother layer of memories, experiences, love, and things that y'all can talk about forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's always good to do those things. Non-business related trips on me.
So in that experience, did that make you want to step up? Like, it's the competitiveness in us
Yes.
shows out.
Bro.
It's like, oh no, this bitch ain't finna outdo me.
No, that's exactly what
I'm
happened.
finna rub the thigh,
No.
the calf muscle,
He's like, stay down,
the
stay down,
Achilles.
stay down, stay down.
I'm
I got this,
a
I got
rub
this,
the
I can do
Achilles
it.
too. I don't care.
I rub my
No,
Achilles.
bro. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That experience taught me so much. So much about what my wife like and dislike. Cause it'll be little moments where it be talking about shit that it'd be like the girl talking about stuff that she don't like. And then my wife will be amen and I'm over there like, really? Oh,
You
You
like
gotta
that?
love. You gotta
but
let
then
know.
I'll be, but then I
agree
gotta
too.
be in a place where we're like, okay, I'm hearing this. All right, I'm making changes. I'm tweaking. At the same time, I'm in a place of saying, you know what is it that you do like? Men, we have I ain't gonna lie, we don't foreplay long enough
Ever.
Oh, well enough. Yeah, you're right.
or well enough. And to be in that experience, let me know I was slacking. It let me know I was slacking, and it let me know what type of experience can happen if you were to be slower to get to the finish line. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like be very detail oriented at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Let's have this moment. It can drag out, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And then in the morning, not be so ready to just get up and go and just face the world. Like, I realized my wife liked to just, if it was an option to sleep in the bed and just look at each other and talk to each other about us, that would be an option. I'd be like, damn, I ain't never did that before. I always hit the ground running. I wanna get up, move around, get up out of bed and do my thing. Yeah. Man, I experienced these moments where it's just like, we still talking? We've been here 3-4 hours. Kids knock on the door, we ain't ate. Right. Like, damn.
Hungry.
Y'all still hungry? Like, wake up, we've having breakfast at 4 p.m. No, but it was an eye-opening experience, bro.
Yeah. It definitely
competitive though.
And
yes.
But for both.
Right, because I was about to say, so what did you learn in that situation?
Because at the same time, while I was getting my cup filled, I saw my husband deal with the flirtation, and I saw him respond to that. I saw him deal with the extra touching and thoughtfulness, and I'm like, ooh, we ain't touched like that in a minute.
Oh, so she was playing both sides.
Oh.
Yeah. So it wasn't her girlfriend. It was
no.
Oh, he was serious about that. So she was like, she was over here like this with her. She had a picture pouring. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, she was pouring everybody. Like, I got you. What you need? But for me, it was definitely, I got a chance to see, I don't sit on the couch and just sit with you. Like, we don't do that. Like, we over here doing it, and I'm like, what was funny is we would be sitting on the couch, and D would be like,
can I get in?
I'm in. Let me get a hug. And I'm like, you don't never have time to hug. Why we hugging? But I realized I could initiate and create those moments too. I just didn't. I was like, both of us over here want initiation and nobody's initiating.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it just always turned into, I would always say, I'm your executive assistant you have sex with. Like,
that's what she felt like.
I did. I was like, what we need to do? Call. Got it. And schedule. Today is the day. And that's how it felt for a long time until that experience it shook us.
It broke the monotony of marriage.
Yeah, because we were like, it was like cool. People. We were definitely boring married people.
Do you think it was because you got married so young and had such a altering life experience having a child immediately? So it was like you were learning both roles.
Those were parts of it.
While trying to get rich at the same time. Like,
yes. Right. And the industry and the training of the industry. And that being something that was replayed over and over and over again, it became a stronghold mentality. Like
we don't have time to focus on us.
Right.
We got a goal to hit.
Right.
Yeah.
So we great business partners, but bored as hell.
As husband and wife.
Right.
Yeah, like
y'all are preaching to us right now. I'm trying to tell you.
No, that's real. We had to learn that. I think it's difficult to take yourself out of it when you do have goals. And, me and De'el are two in the same, and you and Malcolm are two in the same. Literally. Where it's like, bruh, like I see us having more, being more. And especially when you do start to create success, you over here like, it's working.
Yep.
Why are we don't
stop.
Don't stop.
Why would we not just think about
why not just keep going? It's working. It's not broke, but the part that's broke is the part you're not attentive to.
Right.
What you focus on? What was that? What you focus on grows.
What you focus on grows. So the business was growing, but our relationship was just like,
it was on life support.
Becoming roommates. Yeah.
However, we had learned in the industry how to get on stage
and show
and
up.
Rock
and
out,
show up. Like, we got it. We love each other because we genuinely love each other.
Yes.
But after we leave here, after the excitement and the high of the applause,
all we talking about is what happened today.
That's all we talking about. And I don't, who are we? Like, that's just what it felt like. Who are we?
Right.
So that experience, even though it came with
negative sides
some negative sides, at the end of the day, what we look at now when we look at each other is we like, man, we really learned a lot.
Right.
and how we've been able to deal with each other, especially over the last year, with not having to be in the industry.
Right.
It opened our eyes even more that,
you are my most important relationship.
like, this is a very important relationship. Let's get it together. So that was that.
Wow, I think that's a life
I think
lesson.
that's the life lesson.
I think we can end it there, but
Yeah, I mean, so this is how we like to end the show. Y'all had a fire life lesson, but we like to end the show talking about, like, based off of the conversation we had, what was your life lesson from, this episode?
I think I had a life lesson in their last story, is that sometimes things got to shake up in order for you to kind of progress in your marriage. Some things got to change, and you got to learn from them quickly. And even if it's not quickly, you gotta be willing enough to take the risk of changing things in order for you to really, really see a difference in what you're trying to do and build, which is a relationship. And for y'all shook things up,
Right.
And for some, that could have took people out.
No, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But it brought y'all together even further. Y'all learned from different lenses
Right.
of how to be better for each other.
Right.
Which,
It was like having a therapist inside of your relationship.
exactly, inside your relationship.
Which no therapist should be inside of your
Exactly.
relationship.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
That's against
So
their
also
practice.
you don't recommend it
Correct.
at the same time?
Yeah.
Don't?
I can't say I don't
It's
recommend
a-
it,
it's-
but
you just
the
wanna-
term therapist, you should not. Your
Okay,
therapist
yes.
should never be in the middle of your stuff.
No.
But if you
Not
do it, you have to have clear understanding, and I would encourage people that if that's something you're thinking about, think about it 15 times in different settings, different moods, different weathers, different seasons before you actually do it.
Right. And I would add to that, babe, I don't mean to cut you off. Be confident in yourself before you add anybody else into y'all situation. If y'all not confident in the fact that y'all are rock solid, don't add nobody to y'all situation. Also, put on your mind that if I'm going into this, I'm going into this to grow. I'm going into this to add. I'm going into this to not multiply with kids type situation.
Right.
Multiply my knowledge.
Y'all did multiply
But
that.
that's people's thing. If that's their thing.
But if that's your thing,
That's
if y'all
your thing.
agree to it, then that's fine. But everything has to have rules. You have to have rules.
Don't
and
bring people in
boundaries.
as a void filler.
Right. That
That's
part.
it.
That's
Yeah.
not fair to other people.
Well, I would say this. If they don't want to be a void filler, don't have them. But if they're in a position to say, I just want to increase whatever is going on here, then that's fine. But if you just saying, hey, I don't want nobody to come in here, because technically our voids were filled.
Yeah.
I wasn't touching on you, you wasn't touching on me, she touching on both of us, that void is filled. So if somebody's open to that, then it's okay. But have that clear communication, have those rules set down, have you and your wife do all check-ins, multiple check-ins.
The believers are like, oh my God.
Right. It was like they would start it off with God. Hey,
Oh
look,
my
I mean,
it's
and you
multiple wives
still
in the Bibles type
still got
situation.
God.
I wouldn't be me if I said your ass better not be thinking about nothing like that.
I'm cracking up.
But no, but
It's not necessary. You
It's
can
not
fix
necessary.
you can fix it with an actual therapist.
Right.
No,
You
that's
can
real.
actually have a conversation and really get
Or
down
harmony
to
coaches.
business. Or harmony coaches. You do not have to.
Hell is that?
Keon
she's
Woods.
Oh, that's your new. Yes, finally. Therapist, Tiana.
I'm cracking up.
You can do that without having to go to that extent. That was just where we went. So for the people that do that, that's for you. The people that don't, that's not. But for people that just like, I want help, it's okay to go the therapy route.
right.
No, I would definitely say
It
my
just-
life lesson. Go ahead.
no.
No. You need to give all the things you need with this disclaimer. You just.
Just know that I can say this: being somebody that went to the therapist route and the other route, I can say I learned from both sides. The thing is, the therapist doesn't know what you're like in a relationship.
That's right.
So your mood swings, how you vibe, all of that, how you respond to certain stuff, they don't know that. Because when you're on in your therapist world, you know what I'm saying, you are answering questions. You're being emotional as far as what I want you to see. That other side is they see you in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the game, they see you.
Right.
And so they make corrective discovery and awareness live and in person. You feel me? So that's the only thing I would add to that.
You got a life lesson? Are you good?
That sounded like a fall.
Nah.
That is a
It is a
that's a law.
Oh yeah. My mother.
I was like, can I? That's my baby.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing I was listening to. Which one? Who was
Quickly,
that?
quickly.
Okay, so yeah, I would say my life. Okay, we're just gonna say thanks.
This
The kids are crying.
Is dope. This is dope.
No, this was amazing. We appreciate y'all so much. I mean, and I hope y'all got a ton of value. You know,
Where can they find y'all?
Where can they find you?
Mr._better_amazing. And no other alterations of that. No other versions of that. It's Mr._better_amazing. It's 60,000+ followers on there. If anybody is a version of that and they got like 10,000 followers and every single picture was created on one day,
I'm cracking up.
no, that's not me.
And it's not THEN, it's THAN.
Yes.
I am Mrs. Better Than Amazing with the same amount of underscores, no extra G's, no extra letters. Check your spelling and make sure it's us.
Yeah, because them scammers running rampant.
Scammers running rampant.
Yes, and we'll make sure that we do a plug for what y'all got coming. You know,
On the back end.
On the back end, they're absolutely incredible. They got some incredible businesses coming for the public, and so we'll make sure y'all get our love on that too. But you can follow me at Brittany De'el on all platforms.
You follow me at Malcolm_2_Garrison.
And then you can follow the show at So Let's Talk About It Pod on all platforms. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will see you on the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate and review, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
All right, y'all.
Peace.